I am happy that my CryptoQ media channel is back online. This episode covers a wide range of news issues, including the latest in Japanese politics, Bitcoin's current status, and more. We can also provide you the latest news on the Ripple versus SEC scenario, which is important because there is a lot of misleading information floating around right now spread by people who don't know what's going on. Will I not ensure your well-being worries? With Bitcoin's price reaching 63,019, a gain of 1.44% in the past 24 hours, we can jump right in. Ethereum has gained 1.17% in the last day, bringing its market capitalization to 2,451. The US dollar pegs for USD and USDC are approaching. At 53.5 cents on the mean, XRP is trying to go back to where it was. Its current market cap is $2,203 billion US, up 4% from yesterday. You can see the direction this is taking us, guys. We're only going to climb higher. Bitcoin is going to try to break past the 66,000 milestone again soon. Just in case you were curious or unaware, I settled down in southwest Florida. A strong hurricane is headed our way, and it will be here by Wednesday night. The only thing scheduled for today is getting ready for a bunch of meetings that will be about this. I might temporarily turn off my internet connection if that's the case. How much longer we might stay helpless is anybody's guess. This item is approaching me from the south. I would be very grateful if someone could tell me where Tampa and Fort Myers are located. I am situated halfway between Fort Myers and Tampa, around 45 minutes south. The only thing to do is to keep watching. In this place, I pray all is okay. We pray it's just a heavy rainstorm with high gusts and no serious floods. I sent out the message to give everyone a little heads up before the hurricane approaches. I predict that Bitcoin will reach 66,000 in the coming weeks, and I'm not referring to some abstract event. I expect the price of Bitcoin to retrace and then climb in order to close the CME gap, which is around the 50,000 range. How do I proceed from here? It is not worth your time. My funds remain in a state of limbo. Rest assured, we will know the market has reached its lowest point when the CME gap closes. Only then will we be able to raise prices again. I want to start buying my last stake in the Bitcoin assets I want to add to my portfolio when we hit around 55,000. I am currently engaged in that. That is not my profession. It will eventually touch down. Everyone can see what I'm doing. Everything has been laid bare. Having said that, I am expecting it. With a decline to 66, Bitcoin is back in the 50 to 55,000 area. Then, they'll buy more Bitcoin worth 6.7 million from their Japanese meta facility. Approximately 108 Bitcoin were valued at just under 9.2 million yen each by Metaplan. 1 billion Japanese yen is equivalent to around 6.7 million US dollars. Following this purchase, Metaplan allegedly spent almost 6 billion yen buying Bitcoin, at a price of 9.3 million yen per coin. Please clarify this for me. Let us talk about adoption. Well, this is progress. The intended result is this. It would be fantastic if these large companies started buying Bitcoin. To put it plainly, our currency will not be the primary factor propelling market inflation. Institutions and businesses with deep pockets will pour money into Bitcoin markets. The public's perception of cryptocurrency can only go so high. $1 trillion was what we had to do. A little pat on the back is in order for all of us, but, if you would like to see 7, all you have to do is ask. We have drawn significant participants to the space race and spent the required $10 trillion, and now we have this. Indeed, this is really important. Digital currency purchases made in the UAE are exempt from VAT. No longer are all cryptocurrency transactions subject to value-added tax in the United Arab Emirates as of January 1, 2018. Because of the change, SEC, the sector dealing in virtual assets, has even more credibility. One legal expert claims that the UAE's neighbors will imitate its actions once they observe it. Why? Reason being, A. They do not want their countrymen to leave the country. The second key benefit is that it will make it easier for people to immigrate to the country. As a result of increased spending, your country's economy will benefit from an influx of tourists. An amendment is expected to take effect on November 15 and pertains to transactions dating all the way back to January 120, 18. It specifically states that digital assets are not subject to the tax. This is the first time this has been done. Since this covers the acquisition, sale, and transfer of ownership of these assets, the 5% levy on cryptocurrency conversions or transfers is rendered unnecessary. That is the thing that people all over the world need to see. They have no intention of taxing your capital gains in the United States. Think about it. Even if you decide not to cash out when the price of XRP reaches 3 from your 50 investment, you will still be subject to taxes on that amount. Upon its eventual collapse, all you will have accomplished is to have paid taxes on 3 worth of XRP profits from which you never actually earned a penny, and the price will be 50 cents. A firm tap on the back is required. What a level of lunacy this is. They are practically guaranteeing that people will never retire if they start taxing capital gains. That is why the election is about to take place. The election that takes place in November will be huge and important. Capital gains taxes are bad for the economy and for people's ability to retire in the US. My word is good enough for you. Will the former chief of SEC enforcement, who is now in the private sector, be defending crypto against the SEC, as Caitlin claims? Do you remember the SEC employee who filed these documents? He stood up and left the SEC after submitting it. Will you be able to handle this on the same day? He also took a job with the Milbank legal firm as their director of enforcement. He left the SEC in this way. If he was so against cryptocurrencies and thought these companies were up to no good, he's now trying his hand at private equity. What might possibly motivate him to step down as SEC? He will now work for a private company. Is he planning to take on the SEC in these cases? Are his services something that Ripple might have used? Am I right? The fact that it has gone missing means that it is pretty tardy. It's unbelievable how fast it's ending. Here we have Gabri Girl, continuing the trend you saw at G-Clean and with Bill Hinman, leaving the SEC for a job in the mill, bank, or law office. It means a lot to me that you watched my video. Subscribing to my channel is a great way to show your support. Until we meet again, farewell.